up, y'all? Smokey Robinson? Who? We about to go over the details of this. Let me turn this light on. Get that physical therapy paper out the way. There we go. Man, we about to talk about this. Smokey Robinson accused of sexual assault and rape. And his wife is implicated with him. We're going to go over the details of this whole thing. We're going to go through the details because I saw the press conference, and we're going to play the press conference. And so you can hear from your own mouth what they're trying to charge him with. And before you ask, no, these women did not file police reports. One woman saying that he whoopty-whamp, boomty-bamp over 20 times. Another one is saying that he slid up in the Poom PMs in 3 different houses. They're pulling out these are immigrants, and so they were afraid of deportation defense. And 2 jive nigga lawyers that's capitalizing on it all. So we about to get all the way into that. What we're going to do is, I'm going to first start off. Welcome, chat room. Thank y'all, everybody, for joining. What we're about to do is, we're about to watch some of this press conference, and then we're going to play through it as to go into greater detail. So let's start off by playing it, and then we're gonna get to my reaction because like the great orator Eddie Griffin said, they're not gonna let a black man get out unscathed. And so now it looks like they want to come at Smokey. So let's watch part of this press conference. This on NBC News, so I shouldn't get no goddamn copyright strike. Let's look at this nigga right here. He look like the nigga that steal the offering. Don't he like don't he like the usher with the white gloves?
Sorry. The principal causes of action against Mr.
Here we go. Let's watch some of this, and then we're gonna delve into it. I just want you guys to see the story, and then we're gonna break it down.
Mr. Robinson, in particular,
I gotta go back a little bit to when this nigga first came up. Here we go. These are
this is to announce that earlier today.
They got the translator right there. They got some of the women back there in masks. These are all Jane Does. But if you see, this law firm is happening. This first off, I want you to notice this press conference is happening at a law firm, not a courthouse. Start off by that.
In Los Angeles Superior Court.
Can y'all hear?
We filed a complaint against William Smokey Robinson Jr. and his spouse, Frances Robinson. The principal causes of action against Mr. Robinson, in particular, are sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment. Obviously, these ladies are identified in the lawsuit as Does, Jane Does 1 through 4, to protect their privacy, since the lawsuit involves sexual misconduct of the worst sort. We're seeking damages of $50 million.
They cut right to how much they notice that they jump right to the damages they're seeking before they talk about anything else. But let's keep going.
Obviously, no amount of money can compensate these women for what Mr. Robinson subjected them to.
Jive ass nigga. You don't know how to work with a translator.
But given the gravity of Mr. Robinson's despicable and reprehensible misconduct that is further detailed in the complaint, this amount is clearly warranted. Our four clients have a common thread. They're Hispanic women who were employed as housekeepers by the Robinsons, earning below minimum wage.
Well, California has a labor board. Do y'all know California has one of the most strict labor boards in the country? And if you fucking around, and California makes compensations, this is the leading state making compensation in ways for Latinos who don't speak English. They can go talk to the labor board and not know a lick of English, not have not one piece of paperwork, and be good. So they did not go to the labor board the same way they didn't go to the police. But let's keep going. But I'm gonna speed this up some.
As low-wage workers in vulnerable positions,
Oh, they're vulnerable.
they
now.
lack the resources and options necessary to protect themselves from sexual assaults
There we go. You sped it up some.
throughout their tenure as employees for the Robinsons. Let me briefly summarize each of their individual claims. I repeat, I will not describe the details of the sexual assaults and rapes because they're too graphic and disturbing for this news conference. But you can read them in the complaints that we have provided with many of you today. Let's talk about Jane Doe number 1. She worked for the Robinsons for a little over a year, from January 2023 to February 24. Mr. Robinson first sexually assaulted and raped her in March of 23, as detailed in the complaint. What he would do was summons her to his blue bedroom, which you'll probably be hearing about later on. After having just showered, he would come out of the adjoining bathroom naked and proceed to force her to have sex with him against her will.
So apparently, Smokey Robinson was hopping out the shower hot and greasy and getting them things, them tamales and tapatio rubbed on his belly, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. They said 2023, that would make him 83 years old. 83 years old now. He is forcibly having sex with a woman, and I don't know Jane Doe's age, but he's 83 years old. And that was March 2023, and she didn't leave until February 2024. So let's go. His birthday is February 19th. So March 2023, he's 83 years old, and he was forcibly rubbing that swingamajig on her. Gotcha. This jive ass nigga don't even believe it. Look.
He sexually assaulted and raped her in this manner 7 times.
So he did this apparently 7 times.
She quit in February 2024 because she could no longer endure these sexual assaults.
7 times.
Jane Doe number 2.
Number 2.
She worked for the Robinsons from May 2014 to February 2020.
May 2014 till February 2020.
Smokey Robinson's modus operandi was somewhat different with her. He would ask her to meet him in areas in the home where there were no cameras.
Ah, no cameras.
There were 2 such places or areas in their Chatsworth home, the garage and the laundry room. When she would meet him at this location, he would immediately begin to sexually assault and rape her, causing her excruciating pain.
Was there a bed in that garage and washroom? You mean tell me Smokey Robinson is 83 years old and he was hitting it on a washing machine? Oh, shit.
He sexually assaulted and raped her in this manner 23 times.
23 times.
She was forced to resign because she, too, could no longer endure Mr. Robinson's sexual assault.
So she was assaulted 23 times between 2014 and 2023.
Jane Doe number 3. She worked for the Robinsons as a housekeeper from February 2012 to April 2024. Her story is quite similar to the others. Mr. Robinson would call her into his blue bedroom where he would sexually assault and rape her. This occurred approximately 20 times. And like the others, she quit in April of 2024.
That's happened 20 times.
Due to the repeated.
She quit April 2024. Mind you, none of these women went to the police.
Sexual assaults against her. Jane Doe number 4. She worked the longest as a housekeeper for the Robinsons from October 20, 2006 to April 2024. He raped her in 3 of their homes, namely the Chatsworth home, the Las Vegas home, and the Bell Canyon homes. He had a preoccupation of fondling her breasts and touching her all over her body against her will. She too quit in April of 2024. The obvious question that one will ask, and I suspect most will, why didn't they report Robinson's criminal misconduct to law enforcement or go public before now? As I said before, these women were all low wage earners living from paycheck to paycheck. They all feared missing a payday and not being able to pay their rent or buy food for their families.
For 10 years?
Also, Smokey's Robinson celebrity status intimidated them and all made them feel powerless. I want to add that these 4 women were afraid of shame, familial humiliation, and embarrassment. The stigma that still exists in some cultures that unfortunately blames a rape victim for the assault perpetrated against them. And having to tell their husband and children of these despicable acts against them left them overwhelmed with shame and embarrassment. So throughout their dreadful experiences with Mr. Robinson, all 4 women remained silent because many of them worked at the same time.
So he was going across this, hitting it, going, hey there, hi there, ho there, in his late 70s and early 80s.
Too embarrassed to reveal their assaults by Mr. Robinson to each other. Once they broke their silence, an avalanche of emotions began to flow between them.
All right, this is the explaining part. I want to jump to this other part. That when the other jive-ass lawyer comes up, he talks about why they didn't report. And then when we get to this, after we prepare this part, we're going to get to talking about it, all right? Let's play this part, and then we're going to get into talking about it, all right? That nigga look like a junior Christopher Darden. I don't trust him.
Will they file complaints with the police as well so that they can investigate this as a criminal matter?
If you didn't hear the question,
we have not.
Let's go back. The question is, this is the question, I can't turn it up this high as it goes, but the question is, did they call the police and investigate this as a criminal matter? I'm going to play it again. Hopefully you can hear it, but this, if you don't hear it, that was a question that was being asked.
To keep them in check. And so we believe that, among other things, is what brings Ms. Robinson into the case.
Now, and here comes right now. Oh, that was him explaining what brings his wife into the case. They're saying they believe that she knew all the stuff was going on and she didn't do nothing about it. That's why his wife was in the case. Now they're asking him, basically, why did she go to the police? Here's the answer.
Do you expect that they will be filing charges will they file complaints with the police as well so that they can investigate this as a criminal matter?
We have not been contacted by the district attorney's office yet. Obviously, we're more than happy to cooperate as best we can.
Does a police report, though, have to be filed by the women in order for the DA to then proceed?
Well, again, no police reports have been filed by our clients as of yet, given their fear of having done so.
But where do you stand on it? Do you want your clients to file a police report now that they've retained you?
I think that's something that we need to discuss with our clients before we cross that path.
Question was, why did you basically file a police report? He said, well, that's got to be discussed with our clients.
On the disturbing allegations, don't you feel like this is something that law enforcement should investigate?
Well, I do think so. Yes, I do.
Are you able to identify?
He said he thinks it's something that law enforcement should investigate, but they have not contacted law enforcement. Man, this is looking... And they got two brothers doing this shit, too. Who put these jive-ass chicken, hen-pecked chicken-ass niggas up to this? Like, come on now. Like, who believes Smokey? And this part is about to get struck out. I'm going to take this part down. You're only going to find this part up on Patreon and on the member section. And the last show that I did where I played all that music, I'm going to re-upload that for my members in my Patreon for the music part. Any music parts that I play get cut out. But who in their right mind believes Smokey did this the way they're saying it 20 times without going to the police one time? Like, what happened? Did Smokey just open up the bathroom, fling open the bathroom door, playing his... Who believed that? Who believed Smokey was sitting around saying, here I go again, walking into love, never thinking of the dangers that might exist? And y'all young niggas need to listen to that song. That's a song about not returning back to your ex. Just for you, he ignored the detour sign. Who believe that? Man, please. Man, Smokey knows the fork in the road. Look, Smokey knows when to... Smokey ain't that stupid, man. All that love music he wrote, man, what? Please. He told you about the danger in Love's at the fork in Love's Road. Smokey was in his early 20s when he wrote that. His wife was in the band, was in the Miracles, for God's sake. Smokey was like 25 when he wrote that, man. He's 85-year-old doing this shit, man. Please. And y'all gonna have to join the Patreon if you want to see the replay of that, because as soon as this video goes down, them two music scenes are gone. Man, please. See, this is what happens. Look, I'm not saying, look, I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know, I wasn't there. But what I will say is this. I'm very cautious when I don't see criminal reports, especially something this recent. You're willing to risk embarrassment for money, but you're not willing to risk embarrassment for justice? I don't know. But based on what that lawyer, those two jive-ass lawyers was talking about, based on what they was talking about, I don't believe it. I don't. I'm going to put my goddamn feet in the sand when I say that, and I do not apologize. Then in the conference, they tried to play the racial element. Oh, these are, they're from the immigrant community and they were afraid to get reported. 10 years? Well, why didn't you get in here's the worst part about it. We're now in the Trump era where Donald Trump is kicking everybody out. How did they somehow get courage to report if they were afraid of being kicked out of the country? How did the courage come during the Trump administration of all administrations? And as many protections as Joe Biden was laying out, hell, these women started, all 3 to 4 started during the Obama administration. See, this is why, as a people, we got to stick with our people. And this is why I'm sticking with Smokey. Before I get to this video where I'm sticking with Smokey, make sure you go to intellectualpower.net, type in product code D Brown for 10% off your order. 10% off. Make sure you do that now. And then peace pads for the ladies. Peace pads. Both links are in the description and also pinned at the top. Intellectual Power. I'll take 3 of these right before I go to sleep. Man, you wake up like, ooh. I'm telling you right now, either you take that Intellectual Power, you wake up hearing Rick James in the background. That's how you wake up with Intellectual Power. That shit just be playing in your head. You wake up like, no, not that part, this part. That's how you feel when you take that Intellectual Power. Like, hey, shit, you and I, we fit together like the 6 is 9. That's right. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. Man, this is why we stick with Smokey Robinson right here. First off, 85 years, nothing from nobody. All of a sudden, you got 3 desperate housekeepers. All of a sudden.
I love being black. I love being called black. I love being an American. I love being a black American. But as a black man in this country, I think it's a shame that every few years we get a change of name. Since those first ships arrived here from Africa that came across the sea, there were already black men in this country who were free. And as for those who came over on those trouble boats, they were called nigger and slave and told what to do and how to behave. And then Master started tripping, doing his midnight tipping, down to the slave shacks where he forced he and great-great-grandma to be together. And if great-great-grandpa protested, he got tarred and feathered. And at the same time, the black men in the country who were free were mating with the tribes like the Apache and the Cherokee. And as a result of all that, we're a parade of every shade. And at this late day and age, you can be sure there ain't too many of us in this country whose bloodline is pure. But according to a geographical genealogy study published in Time magazine, the black African people were the first on the scene. So for what it's worth, the black African people were the first on Earth. And through migration, our characteristics started to change and rearrange to adapt to whatever climate we migrated to. And that's how I became me, and you became you. So if we're gonna go back, let's go all the way back. And if Adam was black and Eve was black, then that kind of makes it a natural fact that everybody in America is an African American. Everybody in Europe is an African European. Everybody in the Orient is an African Asian, and so on and so on. That is, if the origin of man is what we're going to go on. And if one drop of black blood makes you black like they say, then everybody's black anyway. So quit trying to change my identity. I'm already who I was meant to be. I'm a black American, born and raised. And Brother James Brown wrote a wonderful phrase. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Because I'm proud to be black. and I ain't never lived in Africa. And because my great-great-granddaddy on my daddy's side did, don't mean I want to go back. Now, I have nothing against Africa. It's where some of the most beautiful places and people in the world are found. But I've been blessed to go a lot of places in this world. And if you ask me where I choose to live, I pick America, hands down. Now, by and by, we were called Negroes. And after a while, that name was banished. Anyway, Negroes is how you say black in Spanish. Then we were called colored. But shoot, everybody's one color or another. And I think it's a shame that we hold that against each other. And it seems like we reverted back to a time when being called black was an insult. Even if it was another black man who said that a fight would result. Because we had been so brainwashed that black was wrong, till even the light black folks and the black folks couldn't get along. But then came the 1960s, when we struggled and died to be called equal and black, and we walked with pride, with our heads held high and our shoulders pushed back, and black was beautiful. But I guess that wasn't good enough, because now here they come with some other stuff. Who comes up with this stuff anyway? Was it one or a group of black people just sitting around one day, feeling a little insecure again about being called black, and decided that African American sounded a little more exotic? Well, I think you were being a little more neurotic. It's that same mentality that got Amos and Andy put off the air because they were embarrassed about the way the characters spoke. And as a result of that action, a lot of wonderful black actors ended up broke, when we were just laughing and having fun about ourselves. So I say, forget you if you can't take a joke. You didn't see the Beverly Hillbillies being protested by white folk.
So you see that? Man, look. And if y'all want to know where that came from, that's on producer Joe Young's page. But the full poem was on Def Poetry Jam back in the day. Who remember Def Poetry Jam? That's where this is from. It was like from like 2000, 2001. Smokey Robinson was on the FBA back in 2000, dog. He was on that before it was called FBA. That's where this poem comes from. This Def Poetry Slam. Early 2000s. I don't know why it's black. The screen is black. Y'all remember this? Some of you niggas might be too young to remember this, but it came from this.
With the tribes like the Apache and the Cherokee. And as a result of all that, we're parade.
This is the same one. This is the same. The dude made a cartoon out of this,
I guess that wasn't good
this
enough.
poem.
Because now here they come with some other stuff. Who comes up with this shit anyway? Was it one or a group of niggas just sitting around one day? Feeling a little insecure again about being called black and decided that African American sounded a little more exotic. Well, I think you were being a little more neurotic. It's that same mentality that got Amos and Andy put off the air because they were embarrassed about the way the characters spoke. And as a result of that action, a lot of wonderful black actors ended up broke, when we were just laughing and having fun about ourselves. So I say, fuck you if you can't take a joke. You didn't see the...
That's smoke. See, that's what they do. Look, I'm like I said, I'm putting my foot in the sand with this. Cause yeah, this is what they do to black men. It really started in the late 1600s. Whether it be the Mann Act with Jack Johnson, whether it be what they did with Chuck Berry, all up and down the line, black men who go through, like Eddie Griffin said, we can't go through unscathed. There's those, especially for those who touch the mainstream. If you touch the mainstream, like the only person that may get through unscathed is Stevie Wonder because he's blind. They may let the blind one, just because Stevie was blind, they may allow him to skate through. Maybe. But I want to know what y'all think. I want y'all to call we gonna open up the phone lines a little bit early today. We're gonna open up the phone lines a little bit early. And we also gonna talk about some other stuff. For those you don't know, I was gonna talk about something else, but I think I'll make that another show. I was gonna talk about some shit that happened with the Joe Budden podcast that I saw, but I'm gonna make that another show. You can go and call in 323-744-7425. I want to know what y'all think. Is this real or is this bullshit? My personal feeling, I don't know, I wasn't there. But my personal feeling, my assumption is this is cap. And this straight up cap. I don't know, my shit tripping, the phone. This connection sounds shady. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh shit, they hung up. Probably because this Microsoft Teams moves fucking slow and stupid. Hey, call back, caller. it was an issue with Microsoft Teams. It's good now. That shit was sounding real rough. Knew something was on. But I want to know what y'all think.
Good now.
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Dari Bears. I'm calling from New York City.
I'm from New York City. What's on your mind?
Not much, man. You also forgot to mention Paul Robeson. They did the same thing to him, too.
Yeah, it's funny. He was on the tip of my tongue, and I just thank you for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what they always do. Like, Eddie Griffin was 100% correct, and this is what they do. You can't have anything and leave unscathed. So, we have to learn from history so this way it won't repeat itself. But, man, what they're doing to Smokey, man, who would ever think they would do it to him? I thought he would go by unscathed because of his age, 86, but who can believe that a man 86 years old can do the crap that they're talking about him doing? But that's all I got to say, man. I stand behind you. I love what you do. This is my first time calling. I can't even believe I got through. But, my man, continue doing the good work.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I saw Smokey Robinson last year. I saw him last time I went to go see Smokey Robinson live as at the Hollywood Bowl. I think that was 2019. That ticket's somewhere in this book right here. It's somewhere up in here. What's up, Carter? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, brother Deron? This Ivy, man.
Man, what's up, Ivy? What's going on, dog? What's going on with this
man,
shit?
Bro. Hey, man, I'm flipping through my phone, man, and I see the title of your show, man, and I was appalled, flat out. Man, what? Man, they just digging up people, man. Smokey got one foot in the box. He done lived his life. He's been a beacon of music hierarchy for over 60 years. Notwithstanding, I'm sure he got some nefarious things he might have been a part of, but who didn't back then, right? And I'm not justifying what he did because I don't know, like you said, I don't know, we wasn't there. But why now? And then, like you said, they throwing in this tether play, which is right on time with what they're trying to do to us. They're trying to supplant us, and we always the low-hanging fruit. So I'm just really shocked, man, that they would just pull the names out of a hat at this point. Let's get that catalog and let's go on and divvy that up. We ain't gonna let you live your days, and you didn't play the game like we wanted you to. So
right,
it's a play.
And Smokey Robinson's been out more talking about what's going on in our Black American identity a lot lately. And he's been very vocal. And on top of this, look, Smokey Robinson is the greatest love songwriter of all time, and we're in a time that America doesn't like love, especially love between man and a woman. So you gotta realize America knows there's a lot of stupid ass people out there that believe anything that's put in the media. And if you can say the name of the greatest love songwriter, it's gonna make you feel a certain way when you listen to those songs of love. And at that point, mission's accomplished.
Exactly. And like you said, the court of public opinion, you guilty regardless. And especially with our us as black men, you know what I'm saying? We always the low hanging fruit, and they're not gonna let you go unscathed if they can help it. And hopefully this is just something that, because like I said, it sounds nefarious to me. It kind of sounds like it's obviously not true. I want to believe it ain't true. So I'll just leave it at that as far as that goes. But man, yeah, it's sickening, man. Where's Steve Tyler? Where are these other cats at, these Beatle cats?
And they stay getting like Courtney Love literally went on the Howard Stern show and said that she had sex with Ted Nugent when she was 12.
Yep.
She said that on the Howard Stern show, but she don't,
Sure did. Yeah, it's like that never happened though.
Yeah, man.
And see the outrage, I kind of get mad at us too, because like this will go on and people will play around and dance with it, but people need to be bringing that up. They need to be going after them, man. Go after the mayonnaise community and you can dissect them one by one. Each and every one of them got a story. Some of them in their own families. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's time. The gloves is off, man. It's open season on us, and whether this happened or not, why now?
Why now,
It's
man?
something big.
But
Yeah, it's
that's
something
what it
bigger
is, man. But I got a few calls coming through, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
Oh, no question, bro, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Call back. I saw you hung up. Somebody said FBA's group of political puppets. Well, you have a FBA ways in your head. You ain't got none of that nappy shit that comes from where you come from, nigga. So you shut the fuck up, listen, and sit down. Matter of fact, if you got something negative to say about Smokey Robinson, call in and tell it on the phone. What's up, Carl? What's the name where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Dewan? This is Yoga calling in from ATL. You know, we spoke before on
Yes.
real topics. You always drop the real.
Yes, sir, man. What's on your mind, brother?
I just came in from walking the dog out here in ATL at Stone Mountain Park and got back in the car, got the dog situated and saw this, and I thought it was fake. And the first thing I said was, Dewan, I'm the same age as you. I'm an 80s baby. This is how you know it's a shakedown. Don't nobody want the man to go to jail. We don't see nobody getting arrested for grape. We see lawsuits. That means it didn't happen. If somebody grapes you want to see them get arrested and go to jail time. None of this is about jail or none of these rich, wealthy, African foundational Black American men that we're seeing in the media. None of them they want the women so-called don't want none of them arrested. It's all civil. So that means they hadn't been violated because they would want true retribution. They would want them to go to jail. This has nothing to do with that. It's all civil. So it's funny. All the men with all this multi-millions, hundreds of millions, now all of a sudden all the women that do stuff with them consensual is taking them to civil court. So I'm just gonna land the plane there. That's how we say it's a shakedown because they don't want to. They're not trying to arrest them. Any woman that's been violated for real, she want to see you in that hole. No said.
In that hole, man. Thanks for giving us a call. You right about that, brother. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and that's look. I'm the kind of person. I am a very law-abiding citizen. I believe in following the law, not breaking the law. And if somebody breaks the law, they should be prosecuted and they should go to jail. But the law has a particular standard on how far they send these cases for a reason to protect the innocent, because everyone's innocent until proven guilty. So the law has a set of checks and balances that it goes through before it gets to that point. So when you go to the law, and then hell, a criminal conviction makes your civil case damn near guaranteed. So why not go criminal first? Because you still get the money. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Dewan? This is April calling from Jersey.
April from Jersey. What's on your mind?
So I feel like it's BS. This is just like, and I feel like they picked the worst person to try this on. You know what I mean? Just his whole his style, what he chooses to do, when and where he chooses to show up and perform, the manner in which he does. I just feel like they picked the wrong person. Not only that, brother, I feel like this is definitely nothing but a testament to how we need to stay away from certain people in every aspect. Stop trying to get that cheap deal. If you can't secure yourself, if you can't secure yourself in all ways, especially when you have that type of money, that type of generational wealth. Because what the prior caller was saying was definitely on point. He kept saying they're not going to let you go, but what he forgot to say is they're not going to let you go and pass that money on to your black children. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a testament in another situation in which gatekeeping on all levels, and we got to stop playing around. And it's like I heard the brother say, the caller previously, not the last brother, but the brother before him say something like, the gloves is off. Unfortunately, Dewan, I think this is the reason why we still going through the stuff we're going through, because a lot of people ain't realize we've been at war. Mm-hmm. We've been at war. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that's new. You know, even before Sister Soldier said it, it was real. And I land my plane, brother.
Real talk.
Peace.
Thank you. Hell yeah, we were at war. And we have a lot of anti-blackness from the Latino community. Let's just tell it what it is. We've seen it this past weekend. What happened when they had that situation this past weekend with the boxing? Devin Haney landed the most punches, more than Canelo, more than Ryan Garcia, but they shitted on Devin Haney all weekend. Ryan Garcia took steroids, got found taking steroids. Ryan Garcia not only got found taking steroids, he got suspended by one of the sanctioning organizations for racist stuff said on Twitter Spaces. He had a sexual assault charges with his girlfriend. They didn't bring none of that shit up. They didn't even mention his goddamn steroids the whole time he was getting his ass whooped that fight. Not one time did Jim Lemley bitch ass or Antonio Tarver looking like a goddamn oil stain, coon ass nigga. Didn't say nothing about the goddamn Osterine, none of that shit. Devin Haney was the one that won, and they shitted on him. Then when Turkey Al-Sheikh, the man overboxed, the biggest promoter in boxing, he said boxing needs a black champion because that's the only time people care. They got mad at him. We've been seeing all this, what the Latinos said about not being included on Kendrick's tour and not being included in centers. We are being directly attacked, and this all just what news of the last week. This ain't me giving the news. This what's been happening. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, you forgot to mention that I beat your ass like we beat
you?
Ryan Garcia. That
Man,
yeah, it's me, bitch.
I knock your bitch ass out. Stop calling for clout.
Nah.
I'll fuck you up, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I rhymed. That was a rhyme. That was a rhyme, hoe ass nigga. Yeah, nigga.
Hey, so you see that somebody accused Byron Scott? Did you see that?
No, what?
Dog, I just read somebody accused Byron Scott of sexually assaulting them 38 years ago. Hey man.
Oh shit.
You see
38 years ago?
It was 38 years ago I was fucking 13. 38 years ago.
Man, me and you been around Coach Scott. That's a good nigga right there.
Man, look. I don't want to. It's a fine line between victim blaming and accountability, victim shaming and accountability. But dog, 38 years ago, like, yeah, they just picking any old.
Hold on,
like,
I'm looking at it right now. It's in the New York Post. It's saying ex-Lakers star Byron Scott accused of sexually assaulting schoolgirl 38 years ago. It says filed a 20-page lawsuit. 3-time champ of sexual battery, assault, and false imprisonment and emotional distress. And it's saying she was 15 years old while Scott was 26, locked her in the janitor's closet. And now it's saying that this event took place in 1987. Wow, this happened on the first, that didn't even go back-to-back yet. The back-to-back was 88. So they saying this happened before the back-to-back.
Dog. Man. 38 years ago. When did Smokey shit allegedly happen?
Kobe was 2003.
No. I said Smokey.
Smokey. Smokey. No, Kobe was 2000. Yeah, 2003. Smokey was. They said allegedly happened between 2006 and 2024.
So 18 years.
For the most part.
Dog, Smokey ain't guilty of shit but making that horrible drug awareness song he made back in the day. Smokey ain't do that shit.
Doing that dope. Driving that lean on the gangster scene. I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but that shit was horrible.
Nah, if you want to put him on trial for that, dog, I'm all for that. Now, he'll beat that charge, but come on, man.
Yeah, like, nah, this like, nah, I'm not sure, like, Smokey gonna beat this charge the same way I beat your ass. It's a guaranteed outcome. You know what I mean? Like, so he gonna be good. But the fact that it's happening, man, I don't like that.
Yeah, I think all niggas need to socially distance from Mexican, Hispanic, black. I mean, white. Every woman that ain't black, they need to get away from, dog. I promise you, the rape allegations will decrease.
Yeah, man, that would, man. You got any shows coming this weekend?
Yeah, I do. I'm at the Secret Group on Saturday and Sunday. I'm hosting my own show, The Old Man in the G. So if you're in Houston, come on out to the Secret Group Sunday at 7. And y'all continue to support this fat piece of shit, dog. Enjoy watching them. I'll be in LA in July, and we're gonna go live, and I'm gonna kick his ass on the broadcast. That's gonna be your last.
Oh shit, that was horrible. That was fucking horrible. Man, get your bitch ass off my phone, nigga. God damn. Man, fuck Larry Goodwill. Y'all go check him out when he in Houston. Yeah, nigga, we gonna have to rent a boxing ring and end this shit, boy. Yeah, I have to rent a boxing ring. Nigga, me and Larry fight. The night before that fight will be his last night. Man, I can't stand that whole ass nigga Larry. But yeah, they want to put Smokey Robinson on trial for gang banging. I'm with it. I'm with that every day, all day, because I believe that song "Gang Banging" tarnished Smokey's legacy more than these bullshit ass charges that we all can see through. Anybody that can't see through these charges is just stupid. And we as a people got to have a strong. And that's what today's show is actually going to be about. We're going to talk about, but this subject came up, but we're going to talk about like how you got to identify when somebody's stupid. Then once you identify somebody is stupid, you either stop arguing with them, or if you feel like arguing for shits and giggles, don't feel a certain way, because some people just stupid. But that'll probably be next subject. What's up, Carter? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, Dewan B, man? It's D from the land.
D from the land.
Yeah,
what's
man.
Line,
we in some kind of crazy, weirdo times nowadays, man. You know, we're going from OnlyFans to now, you know what I'm saying, coming up with 38-year-old assaults from 38 years ago on NBA Laker legends, man. And Smokey Robinson, bro, come on, man. You know, the white supremacists are trying to set a precedent, you know, for the younger generations. So all y'all that's making these in the rap game, making these rap videos, man, and y'all had y'all after parties, man, with these chicks, man, it's gonna be okay for these people to 5 or 10 years down the line, or earlier than that, to file a lawsuit on you and try to green light you for some paper. So this is the precedent they trying to set, man. And I don't know if you know it or not, man. I guess they going after the white boys too, because they just filed a lawsuit on Austin Reeves for the Lakers. Did you hear about that, Dewan B?
Austin Reeves, AR-15?
Yeah, man.
Let me look that up. Let me they hit Byron Scott. Hold on, let me see. Let me see this. Austin Reeves. They probably going after him because he played like a nigga.
Man, that's crazy, man. You know, they just trying to.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing about. Let me see. You sure it wasn't?
Yeah, you don't see it, man, because you know, Willie was just talking about it.
Willie D?
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
I guess he said he thought she was 18 years old, but she wasn't.
Are you talking about Josh Giddey?
No, Willie D was saying Austin Reeves. Now I don't know if it really hit your algorithm yet, but I know it hit mine. And
I'm over here.
Willie D
on Google right now. I don't see nothing from Austin Reeves.
Okay, they ain't got nothing on Austin Reeves.
I know about Josh Giddey fucking around with that underage girl. The NBA act like it didn't exist a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't know what's going on, man, but we in some goofy times right now. So I'm just saying, you know, for all the young brothers out there, man, that's playing with a little bit of paper in the industry, in the entertainment industry, or whatever industry, athletic industry, or whatever, watch y'all back, man. And man, and stop slipping in the snow, man. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all get mad with y'all sisters or whatever, man. If you gonna pass some paper around, man, pass the paper around to your sisters, man, and keep it in the lineage. That's all I gotta say. Be one.
All right, man. Yeah, I don't want to misreport. I don't see nothing on Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is number of trade information right here. Now, Josh Giddey had that underage girl, but the parents didn't cooperate a few years ago, and the NBA media acted like it didn't. They acted like it didn't exist. Yeah. And they're going to Byron Scott. I don't know what the fuck that is. This shit happened back when Magic only had 3 championships. I don't believe that. Yeah, but we seeing the play right now. We seeing the play. Let's go for some money. Not criminal. Not criminal. You know what I mean? So we're gonna follow the story. We're gonna follow the story. There we go. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, you said no, what it did talking about Byron Scott? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they're talking about Byron Scott. Say, man. But yeah, nah, it's all good. So, Smokey Robinson, we see what it is. I personally feel it's a shakedown. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know that Smokey Robinson has been one of the main ones that have been 10 toes down for Black American lineage and Black American music and Black American history. I know that he's been 10 toes down with that more so than other people's stuff. I see y'all in the chat room. I keep seeing y'all say it's on Willie D. I just searched Google. If it's any charges, let me for y'all that says on Willie D. Okay, let's go. Austin Reeves allegations. Yeah. Only thing Austin Reeves is accused of here is for choking Game 5 against Denver like he did. He choked all goddamn series. I told you motherfuckers, these white boys ain't good for the playoffs. They good for the numbers, but they ain't good for the playoffs. All you niggas that thought Austin Reeves was the answer, and I like Austin Reeves, but he got to be a 6th man at best. You cannot rely on a starting white boy in the playoffs. Look at Jokic putting up soft-ass numbers, but it's the niggas that's winning the games for Denver. You dig? So yeah, there's nothing in here about Austin Reeves. But there is something here about Byron Scott. But this is what they do. And then you'll get dumb tethers to believe it, you know. People who are new to the country, they'll believe it until they get their wake-up calls and be like, oh, America really do be playing games. America would rather play games like this than pay our goddamn reparations. Okay. There we go. All right. We stand by Smokey Robinson. I'll take one last call before I get up out of here. What's up, Carl? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Taj calling from Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill area. What's going on?
Taj from Chapel Hill and Duke area, NC State. What's going on?
Hey, man, all good. So what it also does is for the women who actually do go through the trauma of going through some sort of rape and abuse, who actually need to have people go to jail and for the justice. It waters all that down. I don't think this brother did that. I wasn't there and certainly don't want to take anything from anyone who was victimized. Of course, we know this probably is not the case. However, for those who go through that, it just messes with all of that having some substance in my point of view. I'll let you break bread on that.
Hey, nah, you right about that, brother. It's one of they want to eat off, off habits, and this, even if it doesn't make sense, they put it out there anyway. 84-year-old man. If the last time it happened was in his birthday was February 19th, so if they left in February 2024, that means the 84th birthday. Somewhere straddling the fence between 83 and 84, he forcibly raped a woman 20 times at that age. I don't know, brother. I do not know. But again, there's stupid people out there that'll believe anything, and to that, we just delegate. We separate ourselves from the stupid. You dig? I don't know. I might come to y'all again tonight after 5150. I might do another live from the garage tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, go to Patreon right now. Patreon.com. I have an interview. I have some dope stuff up. Gonna be interviewing Dr. Logan Westbrooks, and also I am also doing my for those. Oh, also some Cardology news. I was looking on here. I put in, this is the International Association of Cardology. This is like the main website for the science of cardology. I looked up. I'm like, oh shit, they got me in the directory. I didn't even submit, but they got me on the international page. So you see, it ain't that many. It ain't that many in the world that they recognize. Only a handful of people in the world that do this work that this particular website acknowledge. And they just put me on it. I was like, oh my, because I came here to buy a book. This is where I buy like a lot of my Cardology books directly. For those of you who don't know where to get books on Cardology and how to read cards, this is where I've been going to this website since I've been doing it. This is where I learned about the shit. And all the books that I bought from this website. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They just put me on here. I'm like, oh shit, that's what's up. Well, I'm gonna have to get this. This is a good book, All About You by Reverend Tabiti. Yeah, it's a good book. I'm gonna have it on here now. And also, for those of you that are looking for a report, I've had a few people that have gotten back to me and let me know how y'all reports went. But there are people out there who want. I'm also doing written life reports. All right. Singles report, relationship reports, financial. Basically, email me your birthday, and in that, what we're doing is based on your birthday, we can get a full on report on you. All right, basically on you. Okay. Let me give you an example of one. Let me see here. Let me give you an example of how these look. Let me give you an example of how these look. Let me change this up. No. Here we go. Let me go here. Was it here? No. Let me go here. No, not there. Let me pull up a report. I'm gonna pull up a report. Here we go. Here we go. It's a PDF. This is how your report looks, all right? It's going through and it's telling you all your cards and it's analyzing you based on your card. And each particular birthday is unique because although a lot of us share the same cards, your birthday makes a difference. And it's going through all your cards and showing you what that means, what that shows about you, and how it plays in your daily life. So this is what a report looks like, all right? It goes through, you see how detailed it is? We do these reports very, 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 very detailed. Okay? It's financial outlook for the in your yearly analysis, what things look like for you, advice, love outlook. All that stuff is in the report. Health outlook, all based on the card of your birthday, okay? Email me if you want to take a part. And if you want to report, very cheap, only $50, very cheap. If you can't afford a reading, or if you want a combination of a reading and a report, email me. I'll do a combination or just to get a report. And we can do your financial report, your yearly report, and your life spread, all right? Also a singles one to go over all the issues you got to deal with as a single, and a relationship one if you know the birthday of the person you're in a relationship with, all right? Email me if you want to be a part of that. All right? Thank y'all again. I got to go break the news to my parents that Smokey Robinson is my parents' favorite. They raised me on Smokey, as you can tell by some of the music that I play. So I'm about to have to go. I'm about to go to my parents' house and break the news to them. My dad gonna be like, man, shit. My mom gonna be like, who's this hussy? All right. Well, thank y'all again for listening. I appreciate y'all chat room. I see the chat room. Y'all handling that weirdo. Good job, chat room. I appreciate y'all. All right. Go to intellectualpower.net. Peace pads. All right. Thank y'all again for listening. We are out.